Hey everybody, it is Sunday evening and another day has slipped away and I have not had a chance to get down here and shoot any video in the fish room. So tonight is going to be another feeding video, but tonight is going to be the first feeding video on this tank where I've got my waterfall tank blacked out. So we used to get a lot of glare on this tank when I was shooting videos like this, so tonight will be sort of a trial run and see how much it comes out without any kind of glare on it. So let me get started getting some flake food in the tank. And then from here I'll go around and I'll get all the other tanks fed. I'll come back and then we'll put some food on the bottom. Actually, let me put the food in down here on this end and draw the fish towards the middle. It's interesting, the Water Sprite in this tank is growing so well that it's growing up and out of the tank. If I remember when I'm done feeding, I'll pull the camera off the tripod and we can have a look at the surface of the tank and you can see all the Water Sprite that's growing up and out of it. So for all the silver dollars that are in there, they really do eat the roots of the Water Sprite. I don't know so that they nibble so much on the Java and the Anubias. I grow that because it's simple to grow. It's really easy, low light requirements, low nutrient requirements, and it's kind of tough. It's like tough to chew on. When I say tough, I mean it's tough to chew on for fish. So real sensitive, delicate plants like the Water Sprite get munched on pretty easily, whereas the other stuff that's a little tougher tends to survive a little longer. So I'm not having too much problems with the other stuff. It's just the Water Sprite roots that get nibbled on, yet I still have Water Sprite growing up and out of the tank. So that gives you an idea how vigorously the Water Sprite grows. It's actually outgrowing the rate at which those silver dollars can damage the roots. I have a hard time keeping Water Sprite in my gourami tank, so all those silver dollars actually don't do as much damage as just a few gouramis will do. And I'm happy to say that both my loaches are out and swimming around. The big one was actually up banging against the glass with all the other fish waiting for food. The smaller one that is still skinny is out and swimming about and behaving a little more normally, but it's still not quite to the point where it's feeding aggressively. So hopefully it'll put on weight and it'll plump back up. So now I'm going to throw some algae wafers in here. A lot of times this will bring my pleco out. In fact, let me go around the other side of the tank. And I don't know if the pleco has already made an appearance. I know a lot of times when I'm out walking around doing other stuff around the room, I don't see what's happening in here. I did glance over and saw that the tilapia at least made an appearance. And I can see the pleco on the back glass, probably just out of camera. But again, the smell of the algae wafers might bring it out. I know the tilapia certainly likes the algae wafers, gobbles them up. You can see it's eating whole chunks of them. So once again, let me make my rounds and put some algae wafers in the tanks for everybody. Well, the pleco just came out, but he's at the other end of the tank, so I don't know if he's coming out in camera or not. So let me get around there and I'll pull the camera off the tripod. Hopefully I can do this without scaring the fish. So he comes out to get the high-carry algae wafers just like the tilapia does. Everybody loves those high-carry algae wafers, and I've pointed it out before that I buy them by the kilo. I buy great big packages of it from Amazon, and it's $45, but it lasts me with all of my tanks and all of my algae eating fish. I get 6 to 9 months out of a package of them for $45, and you get 2.2 pounds or 1 kilo for $45, as opposed to when you buy the small packages, at the fish store or whatever, and you're getting 8 or 10 ounces for $10 or $15 or whatever it is. It's ridiculously expensive when you buy them that way. So if you do have algae eating fish and you're going to be going through the high carry algae wafers on a regular basis, it really does make sense to just spend a little bit more money when you buy them, and then you only have to buy them once a year or whatever. It's not like they go bad or anything. So I'll put a link down below, and of course if you make any purchases through any links that I've put on any of my videos, I get a little tiny slice of that. And at this point, I would say I would greatly appreciate anybody who actually can do that for me, because money's tight as it is with the limited employment and so on and so forth. So if you're going to buy something on Amazon, if you go through one of those links on one of my videos, that would certainly help me out. So talking about the Water Sprite, as I mentioned before, you can see exactly what I was talking about. It's growing really well, and it's up and out of the tank. And now I've also had this discussion before in the past, the discussion between a broadleafed Water Sprite versus the lace leaf, and I always thought it was lace leaf, but it turns out that once it actually starts growing up and out of the water, you will get a much finer appearance on the fronds, and I'm not sure why that is, and it doesn't always happen, but the only time I've ever seen the fronds get really sort of lacy like this is when it grows up and out of the water. Underwater, it always looks like this. It looks like your standard broadleafed Water Sprite. And I will also say, don't forget that I do sell my Water Sprite. If you want some of this very Water Sprite right there, you can hit me up in my email down below. I also sell the excess Java Fern, Anubias, or anything else I've got available. So if you're interested in aquatic plants, hit me up. My email's down below, and we can talk about it from there. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. I'm going to get on with the rest of my evening. Got to get this uploaded and out. Just saw my tilapia take a swipe at my angelfish. That tilapia just really does not like it when other fish get down in her corner there. That's her spot. Now, of course, that pleco always goes down into that corner for some reason. I swear they have an unusual relationship. They really do. So there you go. Just a final look at my angelfish swimming through the little spot of light shining down from the top there. Again, very naturalistic look on this tank. I really am happy with the way this tank's been turning out. So there you go. There's 10 minutes on a Sunday night. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and don't forget, this is my New World tank. So thanks again. I'll see you real soon.